Hello, grade one. It's Miss Chapman here. I have a story for you guys from my home. And I picked this story, I think you might know, because the dog in this story looks just like my dog. And I have my fingers crossed that my dog's going to come on over here and join us as we read. This one is called Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat. And this is the book 8 in the Henry and Mudge series by Cynthia Rylant, pictures by Susie Stevenson. What is it? One night, Henry and Henry's father and Henry's big dog Mudge were watching TV. And I will tell you that our dog Looby Dooby, or Lou for short, does the exact same thing to us. She gets on the couch, and do you know what her new trick is? She barks at the door and she pretends that she has to go outside so that I will stand up off the couch to open the door to put her outside. And then do you know what she does? She steals my spot because she takes up most of the couch, so she doesn't like it when there's no room for her. So I have a connection to this one. Suddenly, Mudge ran to the door and barked. Henry's father opened the door. Sitting on the steps was the shabbiest cat Henry had ever seen. And shabby is kind of a word for messy or dirty. This cat looks like maybe doesn't have a home. It had a saggy belly, skinny legs, and fur that looked like mashed prunes. Henry and Henry's father and Henry's big dog Mudge stood in the door and looked at the shabby cat. "Hey, kitty," said Henry. "Are you sure it's a kitty?" said Henry's father. "It might be a stray," Henry said, petting it, and stray is a word for an animal that doesn't have a home. "It has to be," said Henry's father. "That is the shabbiest cat I have ever seen." He carried the cat into the house while Henry and Mudge followed. Mudge's tail was wagging hard. "This cat looks like mashed prunes," said Henry. I don't know if you guys have ever eaten prunes. It's kind of like a big, huge raisin. It's a dried fruit. "But it's nice." "Nice for a disaster," said Henry's father. The three of them watched as the cat drank 3 bowls of milk in a row. Look at them. They all look really happy that they're helping this hungry cat. "Can it stay?" Henry asked. "Only until we find a home for it," said his father. He looked hard at the cat. "Do you think it knows it's that shabby?" Henry's father asked. Mudge was licking some milk from the visitor's chin. Can you imagine the dog is licking the cat's chin, trying to get that extra milk? Big dogs really like snacks, even if the snack is milk on the chin of a cat. "Mudge doesn't know," Henry said. "Mudge likes it." "Yes," said Henry's father, "but Mudge also likes turkey gizzards." And that's the inside of what comes in a turkey. It's like some little inside parts. Chapter 2, A Good Mother. In 1 week, the shabby cat turned into a happy cat. It loved 3 things about Henry's house. It loved the towel closet. See if you can see it hiding in there. It loved the bathtub. That's a new thing for a cat. Usually cats don't love bathtubs. And it loved Mudge. In 1 week, the shabby cat had become Mudge's mother. It washed Mudge all the time. It washed Mudge's ears. It washed Mudge's eyes. It even washed Mudge's dirty feet. "Yuck," said Henry. "We could use a cat right now to wash our dog's dirty feet because it's so muddy outside." That's very cute, seeing them all curled up together. The cat also made Mudge use good manners. Mudge had to wait his turn at the water dish. Mudge had to share his dog toys. Mudge even had to share his crackers. But Mudge didn't mind because Mudge loved the cat too. Henry's mother and Henry's father wondered what they would do with the cat. They liked it, but taking care of Mudge was like taking care of 5 dogs. They didn't want any more pets. Henry's mother decided to make posters to find a home for the cat. Henry helped her. "Don't put the cat's picture on them," said Henry's father, "or we'll have that cat forever." I think they're thinking that because the cat looks a little bit shabby, people might not want to have the cat because of what it looks like. But we know that the cat is a really nice little cat. So my fingers are crossed we're going to find a good family for it. Henry and Mudge walked around town with the posters. They put one in the grocery store and one in the drugstore and one in the record store. They put a lot of them on trees. and Mudge ate one by mistake. The posters didn't say anything about the cat looking like mashed prunes. When Henry and Mudge came home, Henry's father and Henry's mother were sitting on the couch with the cat. Henry's mother said, "Cats are nice." Henry's father said, "Even shabby ones." Mudge climbed onto the couch to be with his new mother. Henry climbed on next. The happy cat purred and purred and purred. Chapter 3, A Surprise. A lot of people saw the posters and came to look at the cat. Some of them were very rude. They made fun of the cat. Mudge watched them and his fur stood up. I think Mudge is feeling a little bit protective of his friend the cat. A lot of people came to see the cat because they had lost their own, but they always said, "No, ours is white," or "Ours is gray." No one ever said, "Ours looks like mashed prunes." No one seemed to want the cat. Then one day there was a surprise. A police car parked in front of Henry's house, and a policeman rang Henry's bell. Henry and Henry's father and Henry's big dog Mudge went to the door. "Could I help you?" Henry's father asked the policeman. Henry's father was wondering if Mudge had eaten somebody's purse. But the policeman had seen one of the posters. He was looking for his cat. He said it was different from other cats. He said it was unique. That means a little bit different and special. He said it looked something like mashed prunes. Henry ran to get the cat. When he came back with it, the policeman cried, "Dave!" Henry and Henry's father looked at each other. "Dave?" said Henry's father. Dave jumped out of Henry's arms and into the policeman's arms. The policeman kissed Dave on the nose. "I'm so happy to have him back," the policeman said. Henry looked at Mudge, who was looking at Dave. "Your cat likes our dog," Henry said to the policeman. The policeman looked at Mudge. "I can see that," he said. "Your dog has very clean ears." "Hey, Lou, come here. Come and see the dog. Come here, Lou. Here's my big dog." There she is. Oh, she's licking me. Lou, look at this dog. Looks just like you. I'm glad Lou joined us for the story. I really hope she doesn't bark at something out in the window. Lou. Oh, sorry, guys. Suddenly, Henry got a big lump in his throat. He didn't want Mudge to lose his mother, even if Mudge's mother was named Dave. The policeman said goodbye, and he took his happy cat home. When Dave the cat was gone, Henry and Mudge felt very sad. The towel closet was shut. The bathtub was empty. The dog toys were still. Henry had to cry a little and take a nap. It's a good thing to do when you're sad. Mudge had to eat a lot of crackers and take a nap. Another good thing to do when you're sad. Henry's father and Henry's mother had to give them both extra hugs. That is another great thing to do when you're sad. Have a little cry, take a nap, eat some crackers, and get a hug from someone you love. I think this book has a little lesson for us. The next day, a big box was on their porch. The note on it said, "To Mudge, from Dave." Inside the box were 30 giant dog bones, and under those was a gold police badge. What a fun gift for Mudge and for Henry. Mudge kept the dog bones for himself, but he shared the police badge with Henry. Dave the cat had taught him very good manners. And that is the end of Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat. What a great story. And I'm so glad that Lou, my big Mudge dog, joined to lick me on the face and say hello to all of you. I hope to see you all soon. And thank you so much for listening to the story. Bye, grade ones.